Jesus said in Matthew 22:37, love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your mind. And then in verse 39, he says, and the second command is like it, to love your neighbor as yourself. And we discussed that a bit in the last video, how Jesus talks about one word with two directions, kind of sums up all that it means to follow him. And that is, the one word is love, and the two directions is to love God, and then ultimately that is loving people. And as I thought about how Jesus clarifies those two verses of what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ, I came to this realization that I, like you, may be better at one than the other. The one not so much being the direction of loving God or loving people, but the one of what am I better at, whether I love with my mind first or my heart. You see, you may be inclined to lead with your thoughts when it comes to love, or you may be inclined to lead with your feelings when it comes to loving the people around you. I mean, think about a recent event in your life, or maybe a trial or a problem, or even a conflict. What was your response to that? Your first response? Was it to lead with your head or lead with your heart? My guess is you tend to lead with one more than the other. If it's to solve a problem, or do you feel the problem, or do you fix the problem, or fix the person, or you feel the person? I mean, what is it you want to do? I even noticed this. I was watching here recently, even discussing the issue in Ukraine, how people are having conflicts of whether we should be involved, whether we shouldn't be involved, and seeing the atrocities, but what could happen. And it's people responding with their heart or responding with their head, and having those discussions, trying to work it out. It's just something we do. So, you want to solve the problem? You want to feel the problem? You want to help the person? Do you want to just feel for the person? One you do well, one you have to put a little additional effort forward. I can speak for myself. I lead with my mind. I like to figure things out, and I can easily stumble, though, over how it may make people feel. Or the other side of that is, if your inclination is to engage with your heart first, you may not want to put the mental effort forward to love. So here's the thing. I'll do the hard work of loving God and then people with all of my being, so that I may not lead with loving with my heart so well, but it is my responsibility to learn how. Or the other side of that may be, if you don't want to do the hard work of demonstrating love by thinking, it is your responsibility as well as it is mine to discover what it means to love fully and completely. Either way, understand this, that Jesus' command is clear to love God and people with all that you are, your heart, your mind, your very being.